Hello everybody, it's Midnight of Midnight Gaming. Welcome back. Today, so last episode we got a bunch of mana stuff going. We also, automated feathers, finally. Um, that's not something that should have been done, 50 some episodes ago or anything. This is still taking its sweet time. Um, huh, yeah, name. We also got a lot of botany stuff done in the last episode too. Specifically we got Terra Steel Agglomeration Plate and Sparks going, which are cool. Sparks will be useful to get lots of mana moving very quickly. We are currently working on filling up this mana pool, at least the halfway point, so we can make a Terra Steel. Because I want to make at least one Terra Steel, quote unquote, the proper way before I start working on Terra Steel chickens. Because I'm going to be real with you, there is no reason to do it the hard way with chickens. We'll actually be making Mana Steel chickens at some point too. I just haven't gotten there yet, and there's also a whole elven trading system we'll be getting. But oh, that's not my recipe. But yeah, there's a chicken for uh, Mana Steel and Terra Steel chickens. So there's also Elementum, which is one of the top tier resources. Okay, it's one of the resources we're working towards. So for now, while this is running, I will keep this up and going. I would like to get more mana coming in because this is slow. Now we are using Endo Flames, which are not the best one. In reality, there are better things to make mana. This one here requires exploding TNT. Oh, although as you see, it does require. That's a Wrath Road. That's uh, recipe, which is Winter and Earth, which is a tier. That's a wow. That's a tier 3 rune. So those are the Gormalaeus. What I'm going to do. Um, but hydrangeas, they don't. Yeah, they decay, which sucks. Munch Dews are really cool. Those are really neat. Oh, these ones. Rose Arcana takes XP off of me. And Thermal Lily, it's a lot like it's another one that's going to burn up, unfortunately. Eventually, I think. Maybe it's not. Thermal Lily wouldn't be bad. Root of Earth, Rain, and Fire aren't super bad. I mean, we already have them. Oh, so we could do that. That's pretty unavailable too, 'cause it doesn't die. This is, I think, what we're gonna do. Cooldown period. That's okay. We can figure that out. Um, about 5 minutes. Um, that's actually not hard to do. This isn't bad at all. Um, okay, no, we will do that. Have to figure out how to do it, but we will definitely be doing that. I think it's better than us. I kind of want an automated way to do this, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So we will get. I think what we want to do. Liquid. There's like a liquid placer, fluid placer. It's probably what it's called. Probably called fluid placer. Fluid placer. Here's one. There's some mod somewhere at it. So I'll have this block in my inventory. Use this. I love how always run down here to craft things, forgetting I don't need to. But then I always do it that way. Okay, fluid placer. Awesome. I believe I can set this to be above it. Um, we're gonna grab. We have a mana spreader here. Boop. And do this. No mod we haven't looked at. We have chisel and bits, and I already have one of these. Awesome. Chisels and bits. It's the mod that lets you. That's the wrong chisel. Oops. It's a mod that lets you turn different blocks into little. What's up? Lets you turn things into here, I'll show you. So we've used some stuff from this before, but oops, I'll fix that here. I think actually I want to do a whole plane. There we go. So it lets you pull different the plane. There we go. It lets you turn blocks into these get little pieces of blocks. So like there's a full plane of glowstone. And you can place single bits down. So it's a single piece of glowstone. Um, what we're gonna do is I like glowstone for this. Um, oh, forgot you could do it that way. um, there we go. Yeah, just want to do this. We'll place a dirt right there. Doot, doot, and doot, and doot. Why do I do that? Because that will stop the lava from flowing any other direction. Um, now there is a thing we can get. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see if I can find it. Mana detector. That's what it is. This will detect a mana pulse going through the block. And you get that. Let's get this stuff off my hotbar. You do that when you put it in front of the mana spreader, and when the mana spreader fires its mana burst, it'll go through it, and it'll detect red signal. So I want a mana flux field. What's that do? By passing mana through the flux field, red zone energy state can change from natural energy to a source of. Okay. That's not what we want, but that's cool. That might be an inverse one of those. And a detector. That's what I want. So I need. Probably want to get rid of mana. Mana splitter, mana pump. There's a lot of different things here. Um, red. Sun torches. Torches. That took weirdly long. Do. Get rid of that recipe. There. Do. I don't know. There we go. Do. Okay. So now, as redstone goes through here, or as redstone goes through here, as mana goes through here, it will create a redstone signal. I need a lava. Lava. So now we have that our lava bucket. Now let's get a thermal lily. Thermal lily. Let me do this route. Mimic will float, but it's later. So we get a red to orange, earth, and fire. Earth, fire. To orange and a red. Red orange. Okay, cool. Forgot to refill this. Oop. And you see, this is currently generating a lot of mana. This is full of mana, and it is filling our pool very quickly. So, at the very least, this is a better method than these for doing them. Now I want to look up RF tools. Okay. I want the sequencer? I think it is. I want a sequencer. I'll just make a bunch of those. And probably should just make a bunch of these too. There we go. Sequencer. So, this is now going, this is on cooldown. And if it gets another bucket of lava, it'll go back into cooldown mode. We are really close there. Awesome. So, this is another underground task here. Where is my drill? Where is this? 3, 4, 5. 2 and 2. Just give us a little bit of space to work here. Shouldn't need nearly this much for 1 and 2. Okay. Now I need this block. There we go. This one. So, first off, redstone is deactivation, redstone pulse. So, this will not release until it gets a pulse. So if the sequencer does what I think it does, I'm 90% sure it does. Can I put this up here? I can. Okay. So, when redstone signals received, loop the cycles once, ignore further pulses. Restart if a new pulse arrives. Okay. And let me pull up a web browser here real quick. Um, you remember how this works? Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Okay. Um, So I want, let's call it 100 ticks. So if I remember right, the sequence length is how long it sits on one slot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this would be 1200 ticks, which is 1 minute. So I need 60. 8 times 8, 64. So it should be this one. Will be okay. Delayed 1. Yes. So I believe let's get some redstone conduits here. Just thought I had this taught. Whoops. These are nice redstone conduits. Do. And casting's not gonna help me. Come on. Is there any way to get this? I'm half tempted to decide on a way to do it and just make it so I can get those. Because the number of times it would have they would have been nice and helpful to have the both taught. It's starting to get really big. Yeah. Um, conduit, big stack of it. Come on. Furnace thingy. You've got this. Let's go. There we go. Input on red and output on red. We want input on green. And we're going to up output Don't you? Does not have the little particle effects that tell me it's still cooling down. So I'm gonna assume it's not. Mm, there we go. Put that in there. See if everything works out the way I want it to. If this works and be about 5 minutes. I just have a stopwatch sitting here ready to go. Start my stopwatch as soon as seems to be done. I'm starting my stopwatch. And it's already placed. Well, tells me I might. Oh, you don't like having it setting higher than 64. Why would you? That would be too easy. What the? Okay, so 64, and that's why we use filter, so it can reset it. License. Um, hmm, okay. I do have the wrong block here. I want a timer. I want this to be at 6,000 seconds or ticks. So a tick is so 20 ticks is a minute, or 20 ticks is a second. So by telling it 6,000, that's 5 minutes. Actually, I'm going to set this to 5,000, um, 5 minutes and 1 second. The purpose of that is just to give us a little bit of extra space so we don't have a problem. Break the thermal, you know, where we put it. Oh, it's still in delay. Oh, it's smart. Damn it. Love that happened there. Yes. Oh, I didn't even know that mob was here. Do, 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 do. Just waiting now. Eventually, this will end at some point one day. Probably. We'll be right back when that happens. I've been so worried about this thing. I hadn't even checked on the map in a while, and we are well over a half tank or half full. So what that means, I am actually going to grab my magnet. I'm going to grab an ender pearl and a diamond, and I want to teach this to. Well, I want to have to manify these real quick. I want to teach it to ignore these. I want to whitelist those, so it never picks them up. So mana pearl can sit right there on the floor. And I said it wrong. Blacklist these. Mana pearl can sit right there on the floor for all of eternity, and it will not matter. And I'm doing this because to do these, we're going to need this and do this. And there we are. We are making our mana steel. Where is it? Okay. Terrestrial, my mistake. And we don't have a progress bar. You can watch by the mana. You can see we've burned through a lot of mana already. And we're almost there. There we are. One terrestrial. This is really useful. Like I said, we will be making an Elven Gateway. That's probably something we do next episode. The Elven Gateway, it's what we require to get the last crafting tier going. So we will hopefully this will go quickly. Come on, where's that? If this doesn't work, I will work on this with the camera. Right, we're back. And we're back, everybody. I'm going to place it there. Immediately got used up. And the bucket water is in there. You're still going, you're going, and you're filling. All right. We will have to see if this works. Should. But our bucket of water's back, so I did have to do that. While that's going, um, I want to make something real quick. It's the wrong thing. Ender tank. I don't remember if we've done these at all. I don't think so. To just be safe. Who's in there? I'll throw that up there. Throw that there for one. But even more on pestle. Pestle. Because one of the things we're gonna have to do is find a way to get lava all the way up here. And this is how we're gonna do it. There's no chest plate. Okay. Boop. Lava. So these are ender tanks. We have the ender chest downstairs. Ender tank works the exact same way. Except for fluids. So we will put this in the basement. I don't think I've done these yet. But we'll put this right there. And redstone does nothing to this. We will place a fluid pipe between these once we know we're set up right. Um, way to measure how much mana is in this as well. I will have to look into that because I don't remember how to do that. I think it's comparator. I do not remember. Experiment, shall we? One redstone comparator coming. What is there to craft? Probably stone. Uh, redstone. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we will set the system up to automatically turn off when this is full, which will be more important when these are functioning. Um. Yeah. I just have to read the. I have to do a comparator on the map, but I have no idea how much time we have left on the timer. Um, I didn't think to start my stopwatch before we did this. So, yep, we're just gonna sit here and wait. Um, but I think we got a couple minutes still. Let's see here. So we will next episode we're gonna work on getting the. We're gonna do this actually, so we're gonna watch everything. There we go. Haha. See the fluid blazer and the thermal release with smoke. Um, Titanium. We are going to get the Elven Gateway set up. As you see, Bethania has a lot of different things. They got some armor, they got different rings, do different things. We've already seen the Band of Manas, Band of Aura, which I think is the one that generates mana. Greater Band of Mana. They have the sashes, which are really cool. We're not really going to do any sashes. Power Class Pendant's cool. Snowflake Pendant, I assume is the opposite. Magnetization. This is the Water Breathing Ring. Ring of the Mantle. I don't remember what that one does offhand. But they are really, really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's even potions. You can get really good potions with Britannia too. And we'll look into that at some point. It's going to not be right away, but there is others. So Ring of Thor, Ring of Odin, Ring of Loki. These are really powerful if memory serves. Also, I don't think you can craft them. I think you have to find them. And there's a mechanic, so you can find them. There's also Forest Sparks, which are an inventory sorting method, so we're not going to use them, but they exist. It's really cool. Um, I've never actually used them myself, but I've seen them used. We'll need the Glimmering Living Wood. We'll need Elven Gateway Core, and we're going to need two Natura pylons. I think Natura pylons are what's important there. Um, and we'll need two more mana pools, but those are quick and easy actually. Two mana pools. There. Oh, hey, and the smoke is gone, and it worked. All right. So this whole thing is working great. For the time being, what I wanted to do is I want to get a look at some conduit and tell it to go straight up. It's going to input on brown and FLU red conduit. This one is control. What's else? That one definitely isn't. There's a fluid conduit. Do I have to go all the way up to there? Here? I might. Alloy, two of these, please. So there are, like I said, there's multiple tiers of everything in Ender.io. The Ender fluid conduit is the top tier. For that, it requires two to three vibrant alloys, depending on how you craft it. I'm doing it this way. And then conduit binding. Come on, conduit, smelt. Smelt faster, you machine. Smelt faster. I just need a couple. please. There we go. Because I want to. Whoop! I'm not gonna step over. Don't mind me. I want to be able to control this with redstone. There we go. So I want to extract on brown only, and then fluid obviously gets inserted into here. The reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to control this right off the bat. So that should be filling this up. Yep. So we've already seen this will fire. Yep. To go. My mistake. What's that there? So this will go. This will fill our mana pool up pretty quickly. Um Now obviously it's going to keep that full, but um yeah, it'll let that run. This holds 8 buckets. Jeez. This holds 8 buckets. That's a lot of buckets. Um that's a lot of buckets. That's okay. So just that one pulse should keep this from going too full because I think it gives about a quarter of a thing. Drain floor thermally. Let's see. As expected, around 45 seconds. So assuming generating mana. I think it gives about a quarter of a pool. So we will fill this pool up very, very much. Fill this up. But that's okay. Honestly, it's not the end of the world. It's not like lava's expensive. Um, so we'll just lose a little bit of lava for now. Like I said, when this we'll get this up, so it's about yeah, probably the same way. We'll just read this when it's at 15. Well, stop. Or honestly, when it's at probably like 3, we'll stop because it doesn't matter. Um, we'll have to figure that one out. Um, we'll probably make it a constant signal so it turns on the pulse and then it doesn't turn off. That's probably the easiest way to do it. And then when it drops down low enough to kill that tank, we'll still have all of this stuff sitting around, and it will be able to wait the 5 minutes to get the thermal reset. So, all right, everybody, that's all for today. Next episode, we'll get the Elven Gateway core set up, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, take it easy.